Hello traders, welcome to the Monday stream where, yeah, you guessed it, another day, not much price action. All right, Bitcoin is down to 0.2%, $145. I don't know, apparently Bitcoin hit 69,420 17 times today, so that's cool.
It's time for Power Hour.
Power hour, right? Last 60 minutes before the daily candle closes, and it's going to be another close above 69K, which is good, right? Because we know the significance of that level, right? The former all-time high from the previous cycle. But as you can see on the 4 hour, the price action correlation is crazy, right? There's the local high at 71.7 was tested a couple times before the flush, and then 69K was back tested as support, but then they rallied this thing today to test what? The supply line of the flag. It has now been regarded as resistance, and that is where we are. So each level playing a role. I mean, you can't say market participants are not respecting all the levels, whether it's support or resistance. So I don't know what kind of, I mean, it might take a catalyst at this point for us to go any higher. Like, because it's just not going to just randomly break, right? I mean, it might have to be a CPI thing, right? Wednesday, that could also be terrible. That's where things could get really ugly. Crypto, I mean, the outside of Bitcoin and maybe BNB, it's also getting kind of hit today. You know, outside the top four, it's pretty awful, man. I mean, like, no one's buying them. No one's participating in this market. There's no liquidity right now. You have some decent setups, and they're just, again, no one is buying. So, kind of about to take an act from God to see these things go higher at this point. So, pray for Bitcoin. That's all I can tell you. That's your update on Monday. Nothing happened. If you want, we can look at total. Somehow, they're still doing it.
I like turtles.
All right, I mean, you're still trading above that level, that supply line, still a demand line, quote unquote. But for how much longer? Because if it doesn't hold, there's an easy target of 2.3 trillion. Yeah, and Bitcoin dominance is on the rise, and that can mean, just because Bitcoin dominance is on the rise, that could be very, very bad for the crypto market, right? The altcoin market, because like Bitcoin this market dominance goes higher, goes and sees multi-year highs. I mean, you're talking that could mean that Bitcoin is dumping, but altcoins are getting murdered. Or murked. I mean, they're confirming the highest lows of the entire uptrend now. Trading above the 200 moving average. Trading above the key levels that were created back in December of last year, right? March of 2024. So it looks like Bitcoin dominance is poised for 60% market cap dominance, and that's a long time target, this Wyckoff accumulation schematic. So either way, this looks really bad for alts, whether Bitcoin goes higher, which I mean, it's elevated now. So if Bitcoin goes higher, then altcoins just underperform miserably to Bitcoin, or Bitcoin gets obliterated and dumps to 67.5 or 65K, and altcoins just go down 30-50%. I mean, that's our outcomes here. That's like our potential outcomes. We got two of them pretty much. So I don't know, like this kind of like a warning sign for altcoins will, high probability, they will underperform Bitcoin in the coming weeks, days and weeks. That's what this implies right here. So make of that what you will. I'm hoping, obviously that Bitcoin price breaks upward. We get all-time highs, and altcoins just underperform, but they go up too. But that's just hopium, man. This only tells us a little bit. It doesn't tell us what direction Bitcoin's going next. Nothing really tells you that. Okay.
Since we started out on BitConf, let's go further into crypto.
Ethereum down about 1%, still trading above 35.20, 35.80. It's just about the levels. There's no real structure here. I hope they hold that. If they don't, long way down to 3,000. They hold it long enough, 4,000, 4,200 targets, kind of in limbo between two big levels. So not much to update you on. I was here yesterday. If you forgot, which is kind of crazy, yesterday, the second highest weekly candle close literally ever on Bitcoin. And alt's still getting nuked with Bitcoin not moving at all again. Friday and then today. Someone just offloading altcoins. Yeah, so that's a riveting update. So much has happened in 24 hours. For Ethereum and Bitcoin. Then BNB down 8%. Whew. They made all-time highs, and then they flushed it out, man. From the all-time high on BNB, it's lost 14% of its value in 4 days. Cracking back below 621, 638. It's a pretty important level. Anonymous, thanks for the $21 contribution. You got nothing to say, man? Come on. You can say something if you want, dude. Thank you so much. Much love. It might have been a Alec, was that you? You forgot? What was the ticker? What did you want to see? Devs on vacation? Devs are dead, man. TTEC, sure, we can do that. Thank you, man. It's a stonk. Stonk's doing a lot more than crypto. I'm sorry, it's just summertime liquidity sadness here. Okay, there's probably a demand line right there. You see it, 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. Might touch it again soon. Nasty. You could imagine how much further this is going to fall if Bitcoin doesn't hold up, which it just, I think we're flipping coins here. It seems like there could be Wyckoff accumulation, but then you got like bearish shark type 2 return. You kind of got like two arguments, one argument from sellers and one argument from buyers. And that's kind of what happens, I guess, when you're so elevated. There's like, when assets like make bubbles boom, and then they pop and they drop, go 88, 95% retraces. There's not much of an argument for more downside. But in Bitcoin's case, it's been going up. It's up hundreds, a few hundred% from the bottom, the absolute bottom. And it's just up against all-time highs. So when you're there can end up being arguments for buyers and arguments for sellers. So it's a lot tougher in this situation. But that's the thing. I don't really try to call like where we're going next because I understand I don't know, and no one truly knows. Okay. So good luck, BNB. It was great. And then dang, life comes at you fast. Solana, fourth largest crypto, down only 1.87%. Just kind of hanging out, hanging around, bleeding out. Not much of an update from yesterday. As long as, the sell-off could continue, the bleed out could continue throughout the summer, and as long as a higher low than 124, 130 comes in, we're fine. Till then, you just gotta be like, ugh. Crappy market conditions for crypto. Certainly. Only 400 people in the stream. Yeah, man, like this type of price action will kill. I mean, like it's across anyone who covers crypto is dealing with that. So it's not unique to this stream. It's brutal. I mean, it's absolutely awful. It's like worst case scenario for a YouTube live streamer of like crypto markets. It's death. 3 months of just nothing ever. And then like on the tail end of the third month, any argument that would imply maybe some higher probability of upside, like kind of is failing or not really happening at all, just not good, man. That's terrible. So that's Solana. Don't know why we even look at XRP anymore. It's garbage until you're back above 51 cents. They're back testing 51 cents as resistance today. If Bitcoin can't hold it together and we're going to see the coin land on the wrong side and we see a massive sell-off to 67.5 or lower, this thing's done, dude. This thing's going right back to 45 cents for another test. So good luck if you own XRP. All right, so that's like it. That's like kind of your crypto update. INJ's up 5%. Uniswap's up 4.6%. I mean, Uniswap's one of the only ones that looks good anymore. I mean, the altcoins, like there's a handful of them that looked like Uniswap, almost identical, but they can't. No one's buying them at like the level where people started buying Uniswap May 15th. That did not happen to any other altcoin, really. So sad days. Hype in the chat for Uniswap, I guess. And INJ is not that special either because they can't even get the price back above like this level from the beginning of the year, right? It was like a range. It was like a failed breakout attempt, and just they're trying to reaccumulate a little bit with this higher low here, but just testing resistance, testing the 200 simple moving average. Nothing implies good yet. I mean, you've got to break key levels to feel better about this, and that hasn't happened yet. So KNC's up 1%, and it actually, of all of them, probably looks the best at this point because Uniswap and KNC, the only ones they're surviving right now. I mean, Tron maybe a little bit. Tron actually is kind of cool. KNC, if it doesn't get rugged, because like remember, if the coin lands on the wrong side for Bitcoin and it has a 7+ % drawdown in the coming days, KNC's effed. It doesn't matter what it's doing right now. It will be down 15 to 20% like all the other Beanie Babies digital jokes. Here's Tron. It's actually like kind of intriguing. It's like, wow, they're defending a level of support here with a bullish hammer and like an M shape, 886 higher low, and then hidden bullish divergence on this highest low. This is kind of the highest absolute low of the entire uptrend on Tron. So this one's kind of different, like way different. I still think the communist Chinese money is involved with Tron. Like, you're not going to change my mind the way this chart looks. This is crazy. Not many altcoins look like this at all. So at this point, you'd think 12.2 cents for a test. All bets are off. Bitcoin dumps hard, but this is just wild. I mean, it's set up for someone could manage their risk pretty well here. I mean, stop below 10.6 cents. Let this thing ride to probably 14 cents or beyond. What a trend. What a freaking trend. Tron is like all the others, though. I mean, it's a Beanie Baby. Justin Sun, buy my Altcoin. Buy my Altcoin. That's but he's an agent. He's a loyal servant of the Communist Party. So they favor him. They feel safe. Yeah. So let it ride, man. The commie coin. Type in the chat. That's it, man. I mean, the rest of the market, it's just a nuclear wasteland. Farty dirt patch. That's crypto right now, unfortunately. Okay, let's take a look at Stuff less depressing, like the S&P 500 at its highest daily candle close in human history today.
SNDR/NYSE 3-day please Squire, type 2?
G-Dog.
Yo Browski. Wanting to take a look at Krispy Kreme dollar nut when you can. Daily double bottom looks to be happening confluent with ATL. Indicators rolling bullish. Appreciate your take. Cheers, brother.
Thanks for the whats. Thanks for the donuts. Wow. Thank you so much to freaking cherry picking. Thank you for the 28. We will look at Krispy Kreme. You get a free Krispy Kreme donut if you put experimental mRNA juice in your arm. But you have a real high probability of getting myocarditis, right? So, yeah. Was it worth the free donut at Krispy Kreme, chat? Free French fries and donuts. These commie cucks trying to incentivize you to destroy your life, most likely, alter your DNA for a fucking donut. These people should. All right, that's beautiful, man. The highest close ever, 535.66. Dow Jones. Look at it next for a moment. I'm still thinking that maybe they're putting in the highest low ever, and it's locally, it's like a confirmation low where we could ride this pony back up to 39.8 to 40K. Looks all right. Looks all right, man. Right, sideways since late March. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. And you think about with like oil, like, oh, okay, Warren Buffett's like full tilting in Occidental Petroleum. Oil did really well today, maybe a comeback. Utilities was the top gaining sector of the S&P today. Nasdaq Composite, there it is, highest close literally ever, 17,192.53. They're just barely up, but still, I mean, that's history. You're witnessing history here on the stream right now. Fantastic. Jesus chimes in your head. IWM. Wow. I mean, they gapped this thing down. And they filled a gap, right? Opened at 199.57. They tested the key inflection point. It was the lowest price since May 2nd, and then the gap was filled on the upside. Kind of crazy, and they defended the key level. So, oof. Monkey ass, bullish engulfing candle. That's very real. See if there's any fall through tomorrow. Again, we've already discussed this. You don't really. It doesn't make sense to truly own this because of how much garbage is involved with the index. Like unprofitable losers. They don't turn profit ever. So just buy an individual stock, man. Probably better off. Or another index fund that's better performer. Inherently. Okay, there are your index funds. We'll knock out gold real quick. That recovered some, right? They just hanging around, holding on to this 2291 level created in April. If you don't hold that, pretty nice target for maybe 2200. Yeah, that could be the next level where I think there'd be some bids, limit buys down there. So you better hold on to this. Bearish divergence kind of doing well for now. Not too great. It's whatever. China stopped buying. They finally got their fill. Silver up. Kind of bad where Let me just get rid of that real quick. So you can see the level from history that was once support resistance has flipped to resistance with confirmation with a test today. And now on the new day, another formal test. So that could be, asking to go lower. And if it goes lower, it's really not a big deal. This could turn out to not happen, but if you go to like the 12 hour or something, you know what kind of structure you're dealing with here. I mean, it's an uptrend now. But this is not a joke. This is a very real structure that we all are familiar with. And guess what? You're at the resolution point. This is a 3 falling peaks structure on the 12-hour. The confirmation line is the second valley right there. Confirmation line 2938. So they have kind of recaptured it. So it's not quite confirmed yet. Once they break that, some fall through, that is confirmed. And a measured move would probably take you close to the 26 level. So it's there, but I've seen it. It happened on the S&P in October where they painted the same pattern, but it broke upward and ripped higher. So but I'm just saying for now, either way though, on the third peak of that resolution came after the third peak, right? So if this could very well break upward off this, but the third peak kind of tells you, all right, we got resolution, impending resolution. All right, that's your silver. All right. So I'm tired, man. I had a nasty training session the day with the trainer. It was rough, dude. Exhausted. Natural gas was up. Doing things, man. Breaking out of the pennant. Saw its highest price since January yesterday/today. Now up against the level from history from March of 2023. They break that. It's just probably could be an easy run to 336. Natural gas, can't even make this up, dude. The historical reversal point did it again, man. The natural gas comet. Then U.S. oil, let's just look at it real quick. Yeah, having a few good days in a row. But still below the key level. And we know, like, you could be setting up for one valley, the second valley, and then the third valley here. So, I mean, they could have already put the bottom in. And I think that's a valid idea until somehow the price falls below 68.46. So I think U.S. oil has been bottoming out, and it takes time to bottom out. And I still think that deeper retraces from this high to low are in order, in store. I mean, $100, $103, 618. I mean, 114.59 up there. They're draining the SBR at lowest levels in 40 years plus. So and they're printing money, man. Devaluing fiat purchasing power, record levels. So it all makes sense. Yeah, higher prices on energy. Yeah. Accumulation ongoing on U.S. oil. And that argument does not get invalidated until, again, the price falls below 68.45 for real. Okay. Orange juice was up today a little bit, 1.2%. Oh, a back test, 417.05. Kind of a nothing burger candle. Don't know if it was good enough to say a piercing line reversal. Not that powerful, but it's, yeah, whatever, man. Not much you can do. Just looking at it, okay? Covering it. Steak, live cattle futures. This thing looks recaptured in the 200 simple moving average today. I mean, what's in store for live cattle futures? Probably 190. 190 on deck. The highest low in live cattle's futures history has occurred recently in April. That's it. It's almost like the Dow Jones Industrial Average, but a little bit stronger, right? With a more shallow retrace. And the old 170, what's so powerful about this is that old all-time high from November 2014, we're talking 10 years ago, has flipped to support. It's been regarded as support for the first time literally ever. That's the most recent discernible event. So if you're bullish on live cattle futures, it is warranted. But if you like steak, eating steak at restaurants or just eating steak at home is not really good for you. And, what could be propagating this higher is what it requires to feed cattle. Feeder cattle futures, which is poised for all-time highs. Yeah, it's already, above the old cycle high from 2014, but breaching the September 2023 former all-time high. You just recently made all-time highs May 28th, but it's looking like, look, man, resistance is support now. They failed to even get it down to the gap fill. I mean, you're looking for feeder cattle futures to all-time highs soon, it looks like, which is terrible for a consumer of beef. Yikes. Yeah, but insect burgers, they're coming. And they're not going to tell you about it, too. Like everything else they do. They just do it behind your back. They do it without you telling. They do it without telling you, right? Let's just bust third world migrants that we have no idea who they are, where they came from. Let's just bust them around America. Let's just fly them around America. Screw these taxpayers. These taxpayers not going to do anything. These effing loser taxpayer Americans, they're not doing crap, man. They're too worried about themselves and their own life, their own freedoms. They're not going to do it. But at some point, it's going to get to a level where, it's either your livelihood, you keep your livelihoods and you lose your soul, right? Or you lose your livelihood and you keep your soul and you keep your country. That's where we're going. These people have become so obtuse with tyranny, and they're not like abiding by the law anymore. They're just breaking the law blatantly, and they're kind of gloating about it. And that's what happened in the Soviet Union. Like, they would lie and they would show it in your face, throw it in your face. It's like, you have to believe it. You have to believe the lie. All the lies. So hype in the chat for feeder cattle futures. Doing things, man. All right. How many commodities were up today? Okay, so let's just knock on these requests real quick. There's a few of them. So it was what again? T something. TTEC. TTEC Holdings. Well, this is one that's just an auto no. Technology services. It is certainly whack. But yeah, they got it at a level, don't they? Wow. How many values they putting in on this garbage, dude? Jesus. Here's your first one ever. Here's your first ones back from 1998 and 99. Look at that bubble. So yeah, you certainly are at a level, the basement of all basements on TTEC. Kind of pathetic when you think about what did we just talk about? Oh, the S&P and the Nasdaq. QQQ also all-time highs on the close today, and this is technology. This is in the technology sector, and it's trading at the same price it was trading at in 1998, 2004, 2002, 2008. What is going on? And there's no structure down here. So it's like cool when an asset hits a level like this, right? Step one. Hey, there's divergence, man. There's like all kinds of bullish divergence down here. I mean, if you want to be a rounder, okay, go for it. One can take scalps, divergence at a key ice line from, you saw how real it is. and then maybe they got a bullish hammer going on. Do you think, man? I mean, maybe wait for a follow through. I don't know. Like, what happens? If it just dumps tomorrow, just bearish engulfs back to 554. You don't have a lot to work with, because like I like when structures develop over months. Like here, I would like to see, okay, they violated it, and then it maybe falls that other level, and then they recapture it, and then you get a back test, and then you get a third valley or something. Like if you get something like that over the course of months, 3 rising valleys at key level, that's what we're talking. Like that's what you want to see at supports. You want these structures. You don't have a structure. You just saw it today, which is crazy. So maybe put it on your watch list and let's monitor how it goes with the divergence. But I don't know if there's enough of an argument to be like, okay, I'm going to take a high conviction swing trade, position trade on this. Don't know how it's going to go, man. Because it could consolidate for 6 months doing what I just showed it, what it could do, right? It could just paint patterns now because it's been in impulse mode. We're looking for consolidation mode. Yikes. Okay. Anonymous, thank you so much. Alec, thank you, dude. All right. SNDR. Schneider. Rob Schneider. I knew a dog's giant sweat I am. Yeah, you're probably like, hey, man, that's like an M shape. Isn't it? It sucks, dude. It's a just... Wow. Chop City. Too many supports and resistance. Too many inflection points on this crap, man. Yeah, I get it. You're like, it's a shark. It's a type 2 return. There's divergence here. Yeah, this is why G-Dog requested it. Not quite a shark. It didn't quite make 113, but it's like that. And I like the lower low, too. I love, because when lower low double bottoms actually reverse, they perform better than any other double bottom. So, I mean, the issue is you've got like major resistance all over the place at $23 to $24. You can see it how many freaking times has it reversed violently down to $17, $18 if they can't break it. So it's like, it's here. The framework's here throughout all this chop. Certainly in a no trend, so you don't really have like, oh, performance is going to be more reliable and outperformance. Performance would be higher, right? And reliability would be higher. You don't have that in a no trend. This is certainly no trend. So, I mean, they just keep testing it. So it's historically kind of been okay. I just hope they can break $24. If they do, you know, 27, 29 bucks. It's just a lot of controversy on this, you know, a lot of chop. I hope they can break the level, dude. But yeah, certainly got the, you know, it's kind of implied from this low to this low that sellers are exhausted, and it's implied that prices will be going higher next. Just don't know how much higher. Not bad, dude. Thank you, G-Dog. Type 2 indeed, G-Dog. Krispy Kreme. Let's go eat some diabetes. Please. Please let me get some diabetes in here. It's really bad, dude. Really, really bad. Talk about tons of inflection points all over the place, man. I wouldn't touch it. You know the trend isn't good. Trend is not your friend. I mean, all that's really happening today, what was once support from 2022, it's being regarded as resistance again, right? upside potential isn't that great either. Like, oh, say they break the level. Oh, it could run to 1290 to 1305. Good luck breaking that ever. You know, like, limit sell orders will be there. This is certainly has no structure. So I think you're more on a coin flip type of game here. You could almost paint a kind of, you got a fib extension here. Didn't even hit a 1272. Wow. So I wouldn't touch it, but it doesn't have the framework. And that framework that we covet is not happening at a key inflection point in back testing and support. Right? So you don't have anything here. Like, even if it goes up next, right? When you don't have the framework and the framework is not presenting itself at key inflection points from history so we can manage risk strategically, there's nothing to do. You're at the casino, you're at the roulette table, you're at the blackjack table where they got 6 decks. There is no edge. You are flipping coins, and actually the house has a small edge over you. So there's just, to me, I wouldn't touch this crap. There's just nothing to do. Awful. July 2021. Donuts, dude. Sorry, man. Let's look at the big boys. Microsoft, number 1, baby. Is Microsoft looking good, man? Holy crap. They recaptured this little demand line. They reconfirmed it. It's like a spring back test. Technical indicator there. Highest daily candle close since May 30th. It looks like it's about to go to the 1618 and then beyond. Maybe run to go test this supply line up here at 455. The race is on. I mean, looks like the Microsoft market participants don't want to just go down without a fight against the behemoth Nvda, the meteoric rise. What, $1 trillion market cap in 1 month. Overtook Apple again today in market cap. You want to see it? Here it is. All right, 3.18 trillion on Microsoft, Nvidia 2.995 trillion, and then Apple 2.96 trillion. Then after that would be Google, not even close. It's top 3 and then everyone else. Oops. Yeah, looking good, man. They got this thing going. All right, let's go to Nvidia now. Number 2. Did anyone else see what happened today? I tweeted about it, posted in general chat. Scamwick took it to $195.95. That means like it scamwicked up almost 100%. No, I'm sorry, 60%, 61%. Sorry. I'm thinking about it being 100, doubling. Yeah, I don't know. This is foreshadowing of what's to come. I hope so. But wow. It was flat. Remember, Nvidia split today. So if you owned 1 Nvidia, you were given 9 more. You now have 10 Nvidia shares. But instead of it being at $1,217, it's now $121.79. So pretty nothing burger day. Which I guess is good. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't mean anything. Like the only thing, I mean, yes, sucker in some retail dumb FOMO money. That's negligible. Like, I don't think that the people that are doing that, I don't think they have any relevance in driving the price at all. So the only reason that this could be good for Nvidia's share price is because now it can be inducted into the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which I think is definitely happening in the coming months. And that would probably be an amazing catalyst to propagate this thing higher. Okay, so like for instance, let's go to Apple. And let us go back to March 18th, 2015. God. March 18th, 2015. Sheesh. Oops. Oh, here we go. That was it right there. That was when Apple got inducted into the Dow Jones. And then, you know, it stayed elevated for a few months. And then you got Chinese recession. You know, during this time, stock market did nothing for 2 years. Obama, you know. And then right after that election, what was it right here? November 2016 when Trump got elected, ripped and roared higher. So just, you know, we could be having the same thing going on with Nvda, where we could see like short midterm pullbacks. But I just wanted you to know, like, this is, yeah, I mean, it's kind of comparable, right, of an asset. And look where we are. We got Apple, because it's kind of appropriate to look at this next, because it's the next highest market cap, up against a major resistance at the pattern completion zone of a bear shark. Reacted pretty perfectly. I know there was an event, the WWCE or whatever, WWDC. I don't think they had anything groundbreaking or spectacular. They hadn't had anything groundbreaking or spectacular with Apple since the iPhone came out. So they've just been literally riding those coattails. Massive bearish engulfing candle confirmed today, down after hours. It's impossible to really manage your risk appropriately here, right? Up against resistance, bearish W structure completed now at that resistance. They're confluent. So you got to wait till they break 198.200 before you can try to say, all right, we're doing this thing. Until then, you got to be really cautious. But the good news is we could see ourselves with a bullish 5-0 where they take this thing down 50%, we complete it. And then that's a potential trade setup. You take it to 180, 182, then we're cooking. Maybe even 176. You get a pullback like that, maybe a type 1, type 2, and then you'd be talking about a huge rectangle partial decline. And if they test 196 again after a pullback like that, then we're talking 70% chance of a bullish breakout. So let's see. That's your Apple. Google. Very elevated, near oversold or overbought territory, excuse me. 175. Up a little bit today, up a little bit after hours. Just elevated near all-time highs. Very similar to Nvda, right? Just elevated, not much to do but to look at it and say, wow. Humble beginnings, Jesus beginnings, right? On the third day, Jesus rose again. On the third valley, Google rose again. So what do? I don't, just nothing. There's just look at it in all its majesty, its beauty. Wow, 175. I got nothing. I mean, I think 180 would be good resistance. The supply line's been tested a multitude of times now, so cool. Here's Amazon. That is okay. This thing's looking really strong here. It's like the Dow Jones. Like, you got one valley, you got a confirmation low locally against the sell wall that's very, very real. And if they break that, price discovery on Amazon, and we have a really nice, good 217.55 target. So,
hey Mitch, here to support the
this is
stream.
not bad,
Keep
man.
it coming.
I like Amazon right here.
Let's opium that BTC can come to full Vegeta force and get out of this. Can you look to DYDX levels up and down? Let's go and keep it coming, bro.
Aurora Drone Films, thank you so much for the 2163 super chat. Yeah, we're going to DYDX. I mean, you're not going to like it. It's like all the other altcoins. It's just a farty dirt patch. A land of lack of opportunity. because no one's participating in this market with money. I mean, like, you can clearly see it. Nothing's moving, and it's months now. Months. Dead market. Crypto's virtually a dead market at this time. But this kind of happens in all kinds of summers, especially the beginning of summers. Even in 2020, I don't think a lot of y'all even remember how dead the market was in like May and June. Oh my God, it was brutal. It was like, just go touch grass and come back and talk to me in August when we pump. And then you had to wait for the pullback to occur, and then you had to wait till October. So yeah, we can look at that, dude. Why not? But Amazon, dude, looking really solid up against resistance at all-time highs. Maybe the best. This and Microsoft look freaking awesome kind of locally here, okay? Lots of demand, absorbing supply. Could be getting ready to do the thing, the price discovery thing. DYDX down 3.8%. And I'm not surprised, man. Look, they're just holding 178. I don't really have faith that this thing will hold. It's DYDX. It does nothing. It's a beanie baby like the rest. And if this is what's going on, you just keep making lower highs locally. You're sitting at there. Look, I'm not someone to be like making calls. Like, it could very well hold, but it just, hope is waning for Middle Earth, dude. With the local lower highs and just the lack of price action. It's garbage. You're below this demand line now. Back testing the demand line as a supply line. Well below 200 moving average. Just, if it doesn't hold, all I can do is tell you 136.8. $1.36.8 is on deck if this doesn't hold. That's it. This is kind of like the same situation with a crap load of these altcoins. They're just holding on to supports. Maybe absorption of remaining demand is ongoing, where you got some limit buys set up and the sellers are just absorbing it, and once that demand is completely absorbed, boom, to the next supports. Until something changes, man, until this price action improves. It's like, how could you say anything different? It's pretty bad, man. It's awful. Okay, man. So I don't know. What kind of went across the markets, looked at the requests. Let's look at GameStop, because it's good. It was down 12%. Back to where we were May 31st. So before all the craziness happened, you're back, man. There's a demand line here, I guess. There's certainly a inflection point, support resistance 2150 to 2320 there. I mean, this is not a joke. This is a very real level zone. So they're trying to hold that. They've tested it as support. They have officially filled the gap from May 31st. So that's good. But I just don't know, man. Like, there's a lot of really weird stuff going on under the hood with GME. I don't know how it works. I don't think anyone knows how this really works. So it is straight up, okay, yeah. I mean, anything that doesn't have the framework and the framework presenting itself at key inflection points from history is straight casino. But this is kind of like the high limit casino, where like 12%, 50%, 70% days. Like, this is where it's really crazy. The crazy room of the casino is right here. Sheesh. Yeah, good luck. GME, AMC, let's look at it. The lesser than joke. And it's not doing anything really. It's flat. Super flat, man. The jokes, man, the memes kind of already died out. Yikes. What did the Rose song do something? Is that the Rose song? My God, you're right, dude. This is like the type of stuff that like we've been rooting for on all the other cryptos, but it's just not happening. Like, wow, market participants defend a key level over a long period of time. It's almost like Ethereum down here. Then a bullish engulfing candle is presented and they hold it. And you catch some follow through, and now it's run to the next level. Pull back, big bullish engulfing candle yesterday, recapturing the 200 simple moving average, and then today actually back testing the 200 simple moving average as support. Now that follow through and going for the highest daily candle close since April 11th. Again, breaking that 12-cent inflection point that goes back to 2020 resistance support in 2021 multiple times. This is serious. Like, it's just sad that like this looks like many other altcoins, but they're buying Rose. They're not buying Storage and BAT and AVAX and Atom. They're not buying them. They're buying this garbage. I don't know. Like, this is whack-a-mole. The issue with it. So there it is, chat. There it is. We have it, man. A new day. Another day, another close above 69K. You can see on the 4-hour how freaking well respected all the levels are right now. Supports, resistances, squeezed. Bitcoin dominance poised for 60%. That's either Bitcoin goes into price discovery soon and leaves all the altcoins in the dust, or Bitcoin gets nuked. We drop 5-10+% and altcoins go down 20 to 40% on average. Those are our two potential outcomes looking at Bitcoin dominance right now. You do have bearish divergence on the daily that has not really played out yet. Verdict's still out on that. The negative momentum is still building though. So I really hope that, look, man, I'm always on the side. I believe in the math. I believe Bitcoin will be way higher. I can't time it. I've never acted like I could time it. They're destroying our purchasing power. They're enslaving all the no coiners. So that is why I have high convictions on Bitcoin being higher at some point. But what happens if Bitcoin drops 10% from here? It doesn't change the thesis that Bitcoin's going higher and going all-time highs at some point. It just is a 10% drawdown, and that sucks. But that would take us to a bullish 5.0 completion at 65K. So, yeah, it's Rubik's Cube up here, man. So don't feed the wolf. It's a bald eagle on Twitter. Don't feed the wolves on Twitch. Mr. Gambles on YouTube, man. Radar Omega is lame compared to Radar Scope, by the way. Meh. Not impressed. Oh, Paul Revere. Okay, so yeah. The S coins are coming. K2. K2, thank you so much for re-upping your Citadel membership earlier, about an hour, a few hours ago. 3 months of continued support. Much love, man. Hype in the chat for K2. Thank you, dude. Double tap, Bitcoin. Yeah, bring up man bun, double tap. Double tap, double tap, double tap. Again, man, you have to understand, like, this right here, this is why it's so tough to say double top on Bitcoin, because it's not a double top confirmed on Bitcoin locally until the neckline is broken. There are rules for patterns or potential patterns, because this would be a potential double top. Okay, one high, the second high, the neckline, the lowest point between the two highs. That's what is the neckline. And until you break that neckline, it is only potential. So you have a potential double top, but not a real double top. If it breaks 66,259, it would then be confirmed. And good luck on the performance with all the support below you. So you can't say it's truly double top yet. It could be a confirmation high. I certainly understand a failed breakout. But again, you're still trading above the old all-time high. And on the weekly close, it was the second highest weekly candle close literally in human history. And then on the 4 hour, this right here, unless it continues to draw down to lower prices, it could even go to 67,554, and it's going to be amongst one of the highest 4 hour lows literally ever. So right now, you are potentially putting in the highest 4 hour low ever on the Bitcoin chart. Do you hear me? Like, this is potentially the highest 4 hour low ever seen. Oh. Verdict's still out. It's a good name, Brian. Man, bear, pig. I didn't know man bun, bear, pig was a thing. I mean, I know we have man bun double top. I hear the dude, we caused him, right? You know that meme is viral, and it was created right here. On stream, we created that meme, and he no longer has a man bun. He cut it. So word gets around. I think that's pretty cool. So that's all I got for you, man. We've been live an hour. Business stream, dude. It's Monday. Absolutely nothing going on in crypto. I think one day that will change. We just got to understand we have zero expectations about Bitcoin in the short term. We know long-term trend, fiat debasement, right? Our currencies are collapsing. So long-term, we know higher prices, but this thing can go down 5-10%, and it's really inconsequential for the long term. So you got to understand Bitcoin dominance is setting up for altcoins to underperform this asset. Right now, it's confirmed now. Double bottom, highest two lows locally of the entire uptrend on Bitcoin dominance. So your altcoin's about to get smoked. They might go up, but it's only if Bitcoin goes up, and they're gonna perform miserably compared to this asset. So that's what I'm saying. So if you get a God candle, Bitcoin's up 10%, you're gonna be singing the blues on your altcoins probably based on that chart. But if Bitcoin dumps, it's going to be real bad. You're going to be screaming the blues. All right. So thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. I'll be back. Till next time. Respect. T. A.
only a mere fraction of your potential. It's simply impossible to be genuinely happy if you are not genuinely yourself. You must be yourself if you want to experience your true purpose in life. And many people don't like it.
My name is JP. I'm a robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
I have some evidence Manbear Pig could be in this area.
And then, just like that,
Adios, turd nuggets.